Hello everyone, this is Xander Tron. I'm back with Game 11 of the 11th BTR Flash Tournament. In this game, we have on the blue team Razzmann with a Commonwealth General deck, and on the red team we have AmberT with a Eastern Bloc Mechanized deck. Okay, Razzmann's dropping out some Erics by the look of it in Bisons. Looks like AmberT's bringing out some Special of Claire, I think? I'd have to double check. Some SAS and some links. What's piled up here? Some Aslav 25 Recon, Wolverine, and some Canadian rifles in TH495s. I'm guessing Razzmann and AmberT are going to be taking these 2-point objectives. And it's probably going to be some skirmishes in and around Echo and Foxtrot. This looks like Razzmann's going to be sending out some Erics, some Canadian rifles, and some commandos to Bravo by the looks of it. Stormer HVM coming out. And Challenger 1 Mark 1. 2 Challenger 1 Mark 1s. Looks like Razzmann fully intends on taking control of the bottom part of the map. And I don't think... So what? 4 cards of or 4 units of motor shoots in BMP 1s, along with some of the Czech reservists. Probably won't be enough to stop this, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Looks like AmberT likes his Czech reservists. I don't blame him. I've used them before and they're an alright unit. Ooh, T55 Dino 1s. That's actually not something I see very often, but I don't play the game online that much, so take my word with a grain of salt. Oh. Tor coming out. That's going to be trouble for any helicopters. And airplanes as well, but it's more effective against helicopters than planes. But still, the Tor is a very good general purpose anti-plane, anti-helo AA piece. More SPW. I think that's going to be more moto shoots in there. Oh, Cab-M coming out. 2 of them. That's going to be trouble for any airplanes. Nope, and we're away. Appears to be AmberT has forgotten to unload his command infantry right off the bat. Let's hope he remembers to do that, and he does. Yeah, I'm the worst for remembering to actually unload my command infantry right off the bat. That looks like we're going to be seeing a fair amount of action right here in the middle right off the bat. And the wheeled transports that Razzmann have are getting him a pretty good position right off the bat into Foxtrot if he can deploy them and not have them wiped out instantly. Yeah. Special if Clara got knocked out of their transport and they're panicked and they've taken some losses. Coughing. Alright, those Challenger 1s are going to be trouble for these guys. They are out in the open, and that is not where you want any infantry to be. Razzmann's trying to move these Erics up, probably going to put them in this building here. Means H7 with SBS. Oh, TH495 is tearing up some Special Flare. It looks like he's about to turn this gun on those OT810s. which, if I recall correctly, is the Czech version of the SDKFZ 251. I'd have to double check. Well, these motor shoots have gone to buildings, but they are taking fire taking pretty heavy fire, though these M1 Wilks are going to be trouble. However, this Challenger one is currently unscathed, and it looks like Razzmann's bringing him up. And some fire. It looks like they're turned their fire to the Challenger 1 Mark 1 is taking a lot of damage. Razz is going to pull that out. Up, and a serious OS trouble for that Challenger 1, and it goes down. Meanwhile, in here, in Bravo, I'd say that AmberT's in a pretty good position to take control of it, so long as he doesn't do anything silly like get his Dynas side-shotted by all of this, which is highly unlikely. Here, GR7 coming out, that's probably going to wipe out one of those Dynas unless Razzmann gets a good split on it. Looks like he's just taking out that one. And it starts taking fire from the turret, but it does make it out. Meanwhile, these Cubs are in danger of being overrun by this infantry right here. Though these Wilks look like they might cause some trouble for Razzmann if they can stay alive. FJB 40 are out there. The Cat C version of the LSTR 40, and they're kind of underwhelming, in my opinion. Ooh, that's some thunder. Wow. Yeah, bit of a thunderstorm going on right here, so I'm sorry if you get some background noise from that. Anyway, Razzmann does currently have a +2 point lead. He's captured Charlie, and he actually does currently have an Azov 25 in Delta. Curiously, AmberT is focusing more on just getting combat units up than he is getting commands out to capture these objectives. It might pay off for him, but it might pay off for him, though he might want to get something into Delta because he's a +2 lead is nothing to be ignored, and Razzmann is almost at 100 points. Canadian rifles and motor shoots are going out, though I don't think these motor shoots are going to last much longer. That fire from the TH-495s is pretty powerful, with a little bit of help from the Bisons. Now, they only have a single C6 on them, so it's not a lot of fire coming from Bison, but it's nothing that you want to ignore. Canadian rifles are missing completely on those OT-10s, and they're not even panicked. That just goes to show you that the M72A4, even it's better than the M72, but still 40% accuracy is not enough at maximum range. So once you get these guys into forest combat range, you know, less than 200 meters, they are pretty potent, like you see against these guys here. And since the M72A4 has 16 AP, it will one-shot enemy 2 armored vehicles. Up and it looks like another T-55 is going to go down to the Harrier GR7. Oh, Voodoo does take a hit from the Cub by the looks of it, however, it still manages to evac. Though Razzmann has marked the Taurus position, he's sending a Bison to take it out. Yeah, it's 1 armor, so the Bison should be able to do some damage to it, but not a lot. Oh, these Canadian rifles are getting crushed from all sides by some Zalanichi and some moto shoots, and supported by their transports and some Wilks. That's going to be trouble. Those Conqueror's M's could be trouble for any vehicles that Razzmann tries to get through, but they only have 3 missiles left, and it would be pretty hard for AmberT to resupply them, so that's going to be a limited deterrent for now. Looks like they did get a good hit into that Challenger one. I didn't see it happen, though it is hurting, and Razzmann's trying to pull it back to resupply with an HLVW. not a lot happening over here. Looks like AmberT was bringing up some cheap fire support, probably just to add deterrent for anything that this BRDM1 spots. More Canadian rifles along with the Centurion AVRE are coming up. Be interesting to see what Razzmann does with those. Though unless he brings out something to deal with those T-72 M1 Wilkes, his chances of securing Foxtrot and Echo are pretty slim. Though AmberT might want to be careful with this Mi-24 because Razzmann does have a Stormer HVM, which is a pretty powerful anti-helicopter AA piece. Meanwhile, Razzmann has left the weapons off on his SBS so they wouldn't start shooting and get spotted. However, they have been spotted and they're not defending themselves. So Razzmann is pulling out, but he runs them out in front of those T-72 M1 Wilkes, and that's not going to be much longer for these guys. And they're gone. Oh, and the Centurion Aviary gets side-shotted by those Conquerors M. It looks like they're going to start shooting at these TH-495s as well. Oh, Canadian rifles are caught out in the open. Or at least one squad of them is. Razzmann is bringing up Challenger 1, however, it has taken some damage. Zelenice about to stumble upon the Erix, and they starting to take some damage. They're taking fire from the Erix. Though the Erix have expended all of their missiles, so Razzmann's pulling them back to resupply by the looks of it. Meanwhile, this TH-495 along with the Challenger 1 are doing some work against these ASU-85Ms and that T-72. Oh, but the moto shoots and do get a shot on. And an Mi-24 goes down to the Stormer. And this is fresh. Challenger 1 is knocking out some transports. The group of Zelenice are advancing on these vehicles here, which if they get close enough they could be a threat with their whatever that's not the P-27. It's not a Panzerfaust. The not Panzerfaust is what I'm going to call it now. I'm sure it's a completely unique weapon. Anyway, these Commando 90s are taking heavy losses to these moto shoots, and along with those T-72s, we're getting some shots off. However, they do manage to take out the Challenger 1. And these Zelenice are continuing to approach, or however it's pronounced. I'm not sure how exactly pronounced. I'm sure someone could tell me the proper way. Oh, Syria 30 coming out. I guess it's going for that Challenger 1, though it lost sight. And Razzmann doesn't really have a lot of AA to use against it, but he bring on a Harrier GR7. I'm not sure what for. Guess he was using it to threaten the Syria 30. Alright, more Canadian rifles coming up for Echo. The Razzmann still has his +2 lead, and he's currently at 275 points. That's just over halfway to the goal. That if AmberT doesn't capture Delta soon, that's going to be a point deficit that would be hard for him to close the distance with. Oh, and the Syria 30 almost takes out the Challenger 1 Mark 1. The Erix finish off that T-72, though they currently have moto shoots in problem, and they break cover. Razzmann must have accidentally right-clicked on the ground next to the moto shoots him. The more Canadian rifles and TH-495s are coming up, that's going to quickly finish off those moto shoots and possibly give them the opportunity to push into this forest. Though I don't know if Razzmann wants to do that. Harry GR7 probably going to take out that T-55. And it's gone. Oh, the Tor and the Cub are going to try and take care of it. GR7 makes it out, and it looks like the Voodoo is as well. On 1 HP. TH-495 is putting some hurt on these ASUs, so he wants to be careful because they could easily take out the 495s, at least if they weren't panicked. Saxon's coming out. I guess there's Green Jackets, yeah. Alright, oh, looks like AmberT is bringing out a command jeep. A UAZ. Though is he going to put that in Delta? I'm guessing that'd be the most logical choice. And he looks like he's bringing out one for Foxtrot, which if he gets it in there, that will give him a +1 point lead, which will help close the distance between his 0 and Razzmann's 339. Though it will take a while for that to occur. AmberT has resupplied and repaired these T-72 M1 Wilks, and they're continuing to be a thorn in the side of Razzmann. Not a lot happening up here, I guess. Neither one of them feels like they have enough to push up here, I guess. And they don't want to weaken any of their ability to reinforce the middle and bottom part of the map. Looks like some moto shoots and some BMP-1s with the Wilks are pushing up. They come across those Canadian rifles. Those Wilks can probably chew through them. Oh, but they do get engaged by the Challenger 1. Okay, this is interesting. The Challenger 1 does more damage to the Wilks, but the Wilks are just shooting faster, and there's 2 of them, so they're doing more damage. So they take a shot from the... Oh, Sierra 7 goes down. Azlev 2 goes down. The Challenger 1 is still in the fight. One of the Wilks has been heavily damaged, but one is still perfectly intact. And these Canadian rifles are getting shot up by the moto shoots and BMP-1s. More Erics coming out. Be interested to see where Razzmann puts them probably in this town. It looks like Razzmann is trying to get this Challenger 1 to engage the Wilk. Though right now it's just shooting up those BMP-1s, and it looks like he's going to pull it back so he doesn't overextend. Is taking fire from the BMP-1s, and they're not doing a lot of damage, but you don't want to keep losing 1 HP to them. The TH-495s do finish off the BMP-1. And looks like another Challenger 1 and some more Erics are coming out. Looks like Razzmann is sending some commandos to Bravo by the looks of it. AmberT has put a command in Foxtrot, which has reduced Razzmann's point lead to +1. So he's currently at 400 points. That's looks like he doesn't have much longer before he gets to 500. And looks like a command UAZ is coming up to Delta, which if it gets in there will give AmberT a +1 point lead. Looks like Razzmann's going to try and push these commandos into the town in the center of Bravo. And whatever that was just got knocked out. Looks like it was a transport truck with recon infantry in it. Conquerors are expending their missiles on the Azlev PC, which Not exactly a great target for them to be engaging, but does cost the commanders some of their fire support against the motor shoots. But those Lynx H7s with 20 millimeters are doing a fair bit of damage to those motor shoots, and they are trying. AmberT is trying to retreat them, but they're moving across open ground, which is causing a lot of damage to them. AmberT is trying to bring in an Mi-24D, and Razzmann does not have a lot of AA in Bravo to oppose it. Though it looks like he's being careful. He doesn't want to get him too close to those Lynx with the 20 millimeter guns. It looks like some Erics are going at it with motor shoots in. They're getting engaged by 4 different groups of Erics, and that's going to do a lot of damage to those motor shoots in. AmberT is preparing those T-72 M1s, though it looks like he is about to be engaged quickly by some Challenger 1s. AmberT has gotten a command into Delta, so it is giving him a +1 lead. Area GR7 is coming out again with an electric voodoo. I'm guessing that's going for those Conquerors. Oh, it's going for the motor shoots in the open, and they go down very quickly. Alright, TH-495s are engaging motor shoots in the open, though these T-72 M1 Wilks are coming to engage. This Challenger 1 Mark 1 has taken some damage, and his fellow has been detracked and is going to be stationary for the next 30 seconds. Razzmann has gotten a command into Echo, which is put the points at 0-0, though he does currently have a lead of just under 400 points over AmberT. And it looks like Razzmann is bringing out a command Iltis for Bravo, which will give him a +1 lead. Which, if he can maintain that, will cause him to win this in short order. Electric Voodoo and Harry GR7 are back out again, probably trying to go for those Wilks. Oh, looks like he is trying to take out the command, and it misses. The Challenger 1s and the Wilks are exchanging fire. One Challenger 1 goes down. It looks like more BMP 1s with motor shoots are coming in. Razzmann has captured Echo, and that is giving him a +1 point lead. If he maintains that, he will be able to win this in only a few minutes. And in Bravo, Razzmann has completely pushed out AmberT, which gives him control over basically the entire middle of the map. Another an M2 Wilk is coming out. That is a pretty solid heavy tank. And AmberT is pushing across the top of Foxtrot into Echo. And there's not a lot that Razzmann has that can stop him. Air GR7 is coming out again. I'm not sure what its target's right now. Well, looks like Razzmann split the shot on it, and it damages one of the Wilks and panics both of them. Meanwhile, these motor shoots are taking fire from across the field from a Challenger 1 Mark 1. But they have taken shelter in the forest, which will provide them some concealment. Challenger 1 Mark 1 has gone into a gunnery duel with a T-72 M1. However, Razzmann is pulling it out so he doesn't lose it. It's curious, like, Razzmann sending in his Lynx AH-7s with 20 millimeters. They're completely out of ammunition, so probably just trying to spot targets with them. Challenger 1 is engaging some Czech reservists. However, it is in danger of getting outflanked by those Motoshutsen. Though another Challenger 1 Mark 1 is moving up to cover its flank. And the Challenger 1 has been engaged by Motoshutsen, however it's only base model 75 Motoshutsen. So they are not going to be able to do a lot of damage to the front of that Challenger 1. And the Harrier GR7 takes out an M2 Wilk, as well as one other unit. I'll not see what it was. And it looks like AmberT's command vehicle in Foxtrot has been spotted. And now it looks like Razzmann is getting prepared to push in. Could be trouble for AmberT. Looks like he's trying to bring some Mi-24s, so they are going to be in range of the Stormer HVM, which will be able to take them out pretty quickly. Stormer takes out one Mi-24, and it looks like AmberT is trying to pull back the second. Two H-495s are flanking from the top, and that could be trouble for that supply truck and that command UAZ. Those 57mm rockets on the Mi-24 are not enough to slow down this push. And AmberT surrenders. Alrighty. That was a pretty decisive victory for Razzmann. He captured multiple objectives right off the bat, while AmberT did not, and that gave Razzmann a very decisive point advantage throughout the entirety of the game. As well, his superior use of fire support allowed him to net a greater kill-to-loss ratio. All in all, that was a fun, well-played match.